may have backed off the tax vote, but the House is in full swing. Republicans, along with 5 Democrats today, voting on repealing Obamacare. It's been almost 6 months since the last time the House voted to repeal the president's signature legislation. Joining me now, Republican Congressman Tim Murphy of Pennsylvania. He's also the co-chair of the GOP Doctors Caucus. Welcome, sir. Tell me what you made of the vote today.
Well, it was a very important vote in a statement. It's our first vote following the Supreme Court decision. Say that now that this is labeled a tax, it gives members a chance to really vote on some of the continued things we're discovering in this bill, as Speaker Pelosi said, and to pass in order to find out what's in it. And now another thing we find out that's in it is indeed a confirmation that there's a mass amount of taxes in it.
Well, just to get back to the vote, which is what I asked you about, let's take a look at the folks who voted to repeal the health care law, the Democrats. You see the list here. 2 of these Democrats retiring, 3 are up for re-election. Do you think at the end of the day you can really get more Democrats to get on board with this repeal Obamacare idea?
I don't know if we can, and certainly there was other ones who opposed the bill. I don't know what kind of pressure was put upon them, but it is important now to look forward to the next step. Will the Senate take it up? And I would hope that this is one of those situations where the American people can call their senators and ask them for that vote, so they can also know that there's a continuation of this vote. And failing that either way, there still is the vote on November 6th, which is another way the American people can speak up about this.
Well, here's what I don't understand. So apparently Congress has voted 33 now, after today, 33 times to repeal or kill parts or all of Obamacare. What's really the point now of doing that? Haven't you guys made your voices heard that you are in opposition to this law?
Well, again, I'm glad you brought that up, because it is a point here where there are so many serious problems with this bill. As we have had hearings, as we have analyzed the bill, we have heard responses from families, from small business and large business on this. We've seen the waivers, we've seen the taxes. There's new discoveries that continue to come through, and we've yet to see the issues with regard to so many of the taxes, the impact upon employers. And it is important, and that information comes out, we have a chance to do this and ask the Senate to vote on it too.
I guess we didn't know what was in it until we actually signed it into law, as Speaker Pelosi was famous for saying. As a matter of fact, they had some interesting responses today to what you guys did. Here are some of the respected Democrats talking about this.
The Republicans are the handmaidens of the health insurance industry. They will do whatever the special interests call for.
It's unfortunate that the Republican leadership has chosen to set jobs aside, not just this week, but essentially every week that they've been in charge.
All right. Are you the handmaidens of the insurance industry?
Well, you know, the Congressional Budget Office said that this bill is going to cost between 800,000 and 1 million jobs. I'd like to keep those jobs. With regard to the insurance industry, look, one of the things the insurance companies don't necessarily want is more competition. I want more competition. Republicans want to see the...
Answer the question here. Pelosi is charging the Republican Party with doing the dirty work of the insurance industry.
I am answering the question.
True?
No, I am answering the question. See, the insurance industry that perhaps doesn't want the competition, we talk about being able to buy across state lines, by being able to join groups so you can increase your purchasing power. It is indeed a way of standing up for the American people so they have choices about their doctors and about their plans. And what has happened here is what the Speaker Pelosi and others are doing is continuing to stand up for the only solution they know, and that's bigger government, because they don't trust individuals, they don't trust businesses to make decisions.
Let's talk about some numbers that came out from the Republican staff on the cost of Obamacare. Now, this is really in the crosshairs right now because of the Supreme Court decision. The CBO is going to rescore it. Republicans saying that the cost of Obamacare over 10 years, $2.61 trillion. You think when the CBO unwraps this one more time that they will be on track with a number like that? That's just massive.
I actually think over time it's going to cost even more, Jerry. It's going to be, in order to insure that many people, even with people paying premiums, I believe we're talking about a health care plan that's going to cost well over $1 trillion per year. Keep in mind, we're talking about health costs in this country exceed $2 trillion anyways. And we still have a lot of areas to go where the bill that was put forth in the Obamacare and the Affordable Care Act is not affordable, and it really isn't focusing on care and quality changes. So I actually think those numbers are going to be higher over time. Not necessarily from the CBO, because they never really quite are transparent enough with us and telling us how they come up with their numbers. But I think over time it's going to show.
They are in the middle, and so they get a lot of currency because they're not Republican and they're not Democrat. So a lot
that
of people
doesn't matter,
will,
but they're also not telling us how they do this.
Congressman Murphy, thanks for coming on the show tonight. Appreciate your time.
Take care, Jerry. Thank you.
All right. It's not just politicians fired up over